What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff I learned from Gordon Ryan's butterfly guard and how you can implement this into your game, and then you can make a little mini system from it, so anything your opponents do, you'll feel like you have an answer for. Alright, so the first thing we need to talk about is when someone stays really shelled up and you can't get any grips on them. Whenever we see this, we're going to use a variety of pushes and pulls to create off balance, which will either make them react or they don't react and we can get on top. So if you look on the screen, I'll show all the pushes and pulls that you can use. Now if our opponent doesn't react, we could come up into like a knee slice passing position, or we can just come up to our feet into like an open guard situation. If our opponent doesn't react to our pull, then we'll just come up into a front headlock situation. Now that we know this, we can use a combination of pushes and pulls together to combine the moves from before. Now the rest of our system is going to be based off 2-on-1 elbow grips. So we're going to use some basic grip fighting strategies to get to 2-on-1 elbow grips. Whenever our opponent pushes off, we're just going to pass off to a wrist grip on the cross side and then an elbow grip on the same side. And this will be our 2-on-1 grip that we'll use. Okay, now we're going to talk about when our opponent grabs our wrist or a collar tie, so they're starting to engage now. Whenever our opponent grabs our wrist, we're going to pass off and grab their wrist and then go to our 2-on-1 elbow. Now this time our opponent's going to grab a collar tie, we're going to tuck our chin to our chest, and we're going to get our elbow grip first, like this. Then we're going to push it off and get our wrist grip second. Now we're going to start our 2-on-1 series. So for the rest of these, our goal is to elevate our opponent above us. The first one is just going to be a basic over-under sweep when our opponent doesn't post their leg. After we get our 2-on-1 grip, we're going to slide our hips underneath our opponent's hips, but when we lay back, we have to make sure that we don't let our knees leave our chest. Now once our opponent is elevated, we're going to take our arm that used to be on the elbow and we're going to punch in an overhook. On the side that used to be on the wrist, we're going to take an underhook. Once we get both of our grips, make sure we keep the underhook tight and keep them chest to chest. Now with our leg on the underhook side, we're going to start elevating it up. Then the leg on the overhook side, we're going to stretch our knee down onto their thigh, but make sure you don't stretch your heel away from your butt, just your knee. Then you can come up into mount or chest to chest half guard. This time when we go for our sweep, our opponent is going to post their leg, but they're going to post it low enough to where we could place our foot on their ankle and push it in to finish the sweep. The beginning details are going to be the same where we elevate them and we get our over-under, but then they're going to post our leg so we can't finish the sweep. Once they post their leg, take your foot and place it on their ankle, and your other leg is going to lift and you're going to push their ankle inward with your foot. This time our opponent is going to post their leg too high where we can't place it on the ankle right away. For this one, we're going to do everything the same, but we're going to take our knee down to their knee and we're going to push their knee down enough to where we can get our foot on their ankle. Then we can finish the sweep the same as before. For this next one, we make a mistake and we let our opponent pull out their arm and post it. The beginning for this one is going to be the same, but this time we're going to accidentally let their arm come out and post. Once we realize the sweep is gone, we're going to take our hand that was supposed to be the overhook and place it behind their knee, and then our other hand that was supposed to be the underhook, we're going to place that in their armpit. Then we're going to push their upper body away and also move our head down towards their legs. At the same time as we're doing that, we're going to shoot our leg through on the side that we have the grip behind the knee, and the other leg, our knee is coming into their near hip. After we get this good angle, we're going to throw our foot in the hip and enter into single leg X. So for this last one, our opponent is going to sit back, maybe even post on our shin and not let us elevate them. Whenever this happens, we're going to place our foot on the hip on the same side we have their arm. Our other foot is going to go to their bicep and we're going to shoot a triangle off of it. From this angle, you could see me post on the hip and then place the foot on the bicep. Now we got to slide our hips in and make sure we lift our hips to shoot the triangle. One bonus one I wanted to add in was an arm drag. So we're going to grab the wrist, thumb down, and turn it outward. Then we're going to take our other hand and place it behind their armpit. Then we're going to step our foot out and slide by to take the back. Also, make sure as you're sliding by, you're dragging them past with your arm drag. If you guys like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see my future videos. Also, if you guys have any questions about this video, just leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Lastly, if you'd like to see a part 2 to this, leave a like and I'll make sure to make that. Peace.